are living in the very last second of the last minute of the last hour, where somebody may be seated and thinking very loudly in his or her heart, well, we've had this for a long time. Jesus comes. We've had it for many years, and here we are. God himself declared that his spirit shall no longer strive with man. For his flesh and the imagination of his heart is evil, and his days shall be 120 years. That was in verse 3 of Genesis chapter 6. And we know that it is impossible for God to lie. So if God had declared that the days of man shall be 120 years, two things are involved. That will mean automatically that nobody lives below 120 and nobody lives above 120. But that was shortly disproved because Abraham lived for more than 120 years. The confusion would be, did God lie? In Genesis chapter 6 verse 3, he said, a time will come that my spirit will no longer strive with man. That's the first thing that must be registered. Then number 2, he said there is a determined time frame, and that determined time frame is 120 years. When you go to the original, you will discover that that place is talking about 120 jubilees. Every jubilee is 50 years. So that word 120 years can be interchanged with 120 jubilees. We will have to multiply 120 by 50, and that will give us 6,000. So literally speaking, God was saying man has a time within this space, and that time is 120 jubilees, which is equivalent to 6,000 years, after which my day will come. The day of the Lord is characterized by judgment. That day will be a dark day. It will be a day of gloominess. From Adam to Jesus was 4,000. From Jesus up until year 2000 was 2,000 years. So we have 4,000 plus 2,000. 6,000 has come and passed. But why, preacher man? Why? They were made to stay in Egypt for 400 years. So a sojourning that was supposed to be 400 years took 30 years extra. So by God's prophetic counsel and determination, 6,000 years has passed. We are in the extra time. And he alone knows how long. In the day of Moses, it was 30 years. In our day, we can't tell for sure. And in case you are joking with your life, in case you are still playing religion, in case we are still begging you, I have bad news for you tonight. The determined prophetic timetable has elapsed. And in this facility and space, we are living in a borrowed time.